Hey everyone, sorry about that. I don't know how that happened. Obviously, there was no sound on your end. So I do apologize. I feel like a bit of a dick. But I also see the funny side to it. Sorry. So maybe you weren't meant to see that. Maybe you weren't meant to hear what I had to say. And that's all good. I do apologize that that was not meant to happen. If you want to have a quick look, this is what the settings were for this week. Again, I'm so sorry. I have to laugh because otherwise I'll just go crazy. No sound. This is where the cards went for this week. It was all about being protected. It was all about fear. Oh yeah, this is really working well now. All about fear, your first card is. So you don't feel like you're protected, or maybe you feel like that you feel like you need a bit more protection in that aspect. So maybe I do as far as microphones go. I don't know. But anyway, that's all about fear this time. And it could be fear with your finances. It could be fear in your relationships. And I don't mean fear as in you're going to get hit or you're going to lose everything, but just that insecurity, that not knowing what's going on, that not understanding what it's all about. So card 2 is your block, and the block says no, which tells you that no, there's not a problem there. There really isn't a problem. You're seeing something into it that's not really there. You really are protected, but you're not aware of that. How do you get through that? How do you get through that understanding of, I know that there's not a problem, but I'm making it in my head. I must be creating that problem where I feel like I've got a problem. How you help that, it says a happy move to a new home or a place of employment. Now, when I look at that card, it's not necessarily that physical move. It's an environmental aspect, but it's all about your attitude towards that, not necessarily the physical move to it. So when we're looking at different things, it doesn't mean you have to go out and get another job. It doesn't mean, although if that's what it does mean that, but it doesn't always mean that. And I just find this card can be, sometimes people see that as very, very overwhelming, because it's like, well, to feel protected, I have to, change house or move jobs. And they're big life-changing moments. So when we look at it at more of a weekly, we can soften it off a little bit and go, well, okay, I've got to change my attitude towards my job. I've got to change my attitude towards my home or where I'm living or the people that I'm living with. If you feel you're not safe or you're not being protected, which is probably more towards the words, you don't feel like you're being protected, and I would say spiritually, then I would look at how I can change my attitude in my home, in my environment, in my work, towards my relationships, towards my partner, different aspects in that area there. So that's what I'd be looking at there. When we go forward into about what this week is all about, it's about Fiona, and she says, now that you've asked for help, you're going to get it. So if we are feeling not protected when we actually are, change our thoughts about our home or our area that you're not feeling that you're protected at, and ask for help, or just just listening to these types of free readings and the readings that you get, they're there for a reason. And people that are listening in are going to get something out of it. And people that aren't don't need to get this, or they're not ready for this sort of a reading. They're not ready for this depth of understanding. So if you're listening to this, there's a reason behind it. And there's a reason why you are looking at it and you are getting an understanding of it. So that's when we sort of go, well, okay, ask for help. That's the first thing you do, ask for help. And that way you will, maybe when I was asking for help and Janine put it up there that there was no sound on the one before this, that was all the help I needed. But this is what it's all about. So for the week, if you don't feel like you've got an area there that you don't feel protected in, you actually are protected. Change your attitude on how you're looking at your home, your relationships, your finances, change your attitude slightly on it, and the results will be what you need. So that's really what I'm going to do this week. I'm definitely not doing anything else. Way too challenging. When you think you've got it all done, it doesn't work. All right. that's me for today. I will catch up with you next week. So all the best, guys. Bye for now.